On September 15th, Demi Lovato is releasing an album titled Revamped, which will consist of rock versions of 10 of their hits through their career, 3 of which being released already: Heart Attack, Cool for the Summer, and Sorry Not Sorry, all rock versions. They've also revealed that Tell Me You Love Me and Give Your Heart a Break are also included on the track list, which gives us 5 out of the 10 tracks for the entire album. So I'm here to guess what the last 5 tracks are gonna be. To kick this off, I think it is necessary to listen to the songs that have already been released. The first of the 3 being Heart Attack rock version.
Never put my love out on the...
It's so good. It's, you know what?
Just can't hold your hand. You make me cry. Think I'd have a heart attack.
You're actually kidding me. Wow.
Tell me what you want, what you like, it's okay.
Yeah, so that's everything. And then the last one that has come out most recently is Sorry Not Sorry, which I have not listened to yet. And it's been out for almost a week, so that's embarrassing for me. But let's get into it.
Now I'm out here looking like revenge.
Shut up. Actually, shut up.
But it gets worse. Now you're out here looking like regret. Ain't too proud to beg. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry.
Wow. Effortless. It's absolutely effortless. Tell Me You Love Me and Give Your Heart a Break are not out yet, but that gives us 5 slots to try to fill in what else we think is going to be on this album. This isn't in any specific order, but the first song that I think is definitely going to be on this album and that I really, really hope is Neon Lights.
Baby, when they look up at the sky.
Like that just, wow. That does something to my brain chemistry that I can't describe.
Of time. Baby, when they look up at the sky, burning out like neon lights. Baby, when they look up at the sky.
Yeah.
You know what?
So here's where the guesses get maybe steering in the wrong direction. I'm looking back at Don't Forget, which is their first album, because this album was so formative, not only for us as listeners, but also for their career. But the songs are already pretty like punky. So I don't know if their goal is to take songs that aren't rocky and make them a rock version, or if it's just the principle of going back to old hits and remastering them for today. Nevertheless, I am going to take a pick from this album.
Did you forget that I was even alive? Did you forget?
Yeah, you know what? I'm picking it. I think it's going to be on there. We have Neon Lights, Don't Forget. We're moving a little bit forward to their album Here We Go Again, which is my next pick, the title track of the album. Oh my god.
I throw all of your stuff away. Come around. So hard as I try, I know I can't quit.
Yeah.
That one's making it on there.
Neon Lights, Don't Forget, and Here We Go Again are going to be on this album. Moving up to the next album, Unbroken, we already know that Give Your Heart a Break is going to be on the album, which makes me feel a lot more confident about my picks because just looking at streams alone, Give Your Heart a Break is the most popular song on this album. Just like Here We Go Again on its respective album and Don't Forget on its album, except the only more popular song on that album stream-wise is La La Land, which honestly, if it came down to it, would be like an even toss-up between Don't Forget and La La Land if you're picking like one song from this album. So I'm just gonna stick with the one song from Unbroken being Give Your Heart a Break. I don't think anything else from there is going to be on it. So now we're moving up to the album Demi, which we know Heart Attack from Demi is going to be on the album. And I already also did pick Neon Lights. For that album, I think we're done and we're good and we're great. Next is their 2015 album Confident, which the title track of the album I think will be my next pick. That's literally all I needed to hear. That, as an electric guitar, I think is exactly how that is going to play out.
What's wrong with being confident? What's
Yeah, I could hear that being electric guitar there. So that is my next pick, is Confident. But before we get to the last pick, I do have a couple honorable mentions. I did mention earlier La La Land. I think that has a pretty good chance of making it on, but it didn't have me convinced enough to put it like in my actual draft. I also feel the same way about Skyscraper. Another honorable mention is Really Don't Care from their album Demi. Also Stone Cold from Confident. And then, as we know, Tell Me You Love Me will be on the album, and I personally don't think that any of the songs on Revamped are going to go past this era. I don't think there's going to be any song that is more recent than 2017. Because I think after 2017 was when they started like making their own sound, and is pretty similar to what they're making now. Which takes me to my last draft pick. And it may seem contradicting to say that as my last draft pick, but also be the least confident in it. But I think Demi has the opportunity to do something absolutely iconic, and that is to make a rock version of This Is Me from Camp Rock. I mean, it's from Camp Rock, bitch. There are also a couple things that lead me to believe that it probably will be on this project. The first of which being, they have made statements in the past that they wanted to make a Camp Rock 3 that was R-rated. But more recently, I remember reading a quote from them saying that the time has passed. Like, that's probably not gonna happen now. So this could be their chance to reclaim this song. I also think it's possible that it could be featuring Joe Jonas. Sorry Not Sorry is featuring Slash on Revamped, which means features are not only a possibility, but also probably very likely on these songs. So I think a This Is Me featuring Joe Jonas rock version is probably in the cards for Revamped.
I gotta find you. This is real. This is me.
I'm convinced it's gonna be on it. So those are my 5 official draft picks for the remainder of Revamped. But I do have one final, it kind of counts as an honorable mention, but also just like the most silly, ridiculous pick that anybody could ever imagine being on this album. I don't think it's gonna be on it, but just imagine how iconic.
Off to the races, I'm going places. So far, so great.
The Sunny with a Chance theme song is exactly what my thoughts are. Anyway, I'll be making a video listening to Revamped when it comes out in September. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on my picks, whether you think that they are probably going to be on the album or songs that you think would better fit this album. And I'll see y'all September 15th.